Hey everyone, before I start this review, let me just preface this whole thing. I pre-record my episodes because at the moment at school here I have a good camera and the good light kits and everything else, and at home I don't have any of this equipment at the moment. So bear with me on some of these reviews due to some of them being kind of dated, because I know in a review I'm doing next week for Full Metal Alchemist, I say that the licensing just went out that week because now it is the week of April 7th. So in that case, it's going to be probably the end of April when that review comes out, and it's going to be kind of old at that point. Might not even be on Netflix. So I apologize in advance for if I give you a recommendation and I say go watch it on Netflix or Hulu or Crunchyroll and it's not there. So again, I apologize for that, and I hope you guys understand. So now that we got that out of the way, on to the review. Hey everyone, another day, another anime review. Here at Japanese Anime Mania, or JAM, we overanalyze and pick apart the anime choices of the week. I'm your host Hunter, and let's see what's on our plate for today. Monsters, both scary in word and I suppose in person. Whenever someone mentions a harpy or a centaur or heck, even spider people, which Chris absolutely hates whenever I mention it, I imagine something that will just go out and just try to kill everybody that it meets. But man, Japan has a weird way of making things, well, can I say sexy? Am I gonna regret this review? I think Chris is gonna yell at me here in a sec. But anyway, well everyone, let's get started. A weird kink for some and something kind of appealing, I suppose, to me. This week, we will review Monster Musume. Let's go. In an alternate dimension, monsters have always existed with humans, but have been hiding in fear of being persecuted. When monsters want to come out to the world, humans are kind of hesitant on the whole merging civilizations together. I mean, who wouldn't want giant spider people or snake people, right? Enter our main character, Kimihito Kurusu, as he is thrust into the workings of a government plan to bring monsters into daily human life. The goal is to have monster exchange students integrate into human society, and if it all goes well, then monsters and humans can live in peace. Enter problem number 1. Kimihito did not volunteer for the job, but was merely thrown into the whole shebang when government worker Smith showed up at his door with Mia the Lamia girl. Now, if you haven't been studying up on your monster wiki, we're gonna do a little monster encyclopedia here. Lamias are monsters of half humans, half snake origin. Immediately, she falls in love with Kimihito and then proceeds to call him darling, and shenanigans ensue. But here's the thing. We aren't even done yet with the whole premise of the story. That was just before the show even started. Throughout the show, we get more information about the bill stating that monsters cannot hurt humans or else it would cause civil unrest, So this puts our protagonist in a bind when rude hate mongers harass Mia and friends. Problem number 2. According to the bill, humans and monsters cannot be in intimate relationships. This in turn causes a problem when Mia does not care and wants to help Darling shed his snake skin as well. I'm really digging a hole here, aren't I? Enter problem number 3. We have more characters such as Centauria the Centaur, Poppy the Harpy, Sue the Slime, Meryl the Mermaid, Racnera the Arachne, and Lala the Dullahan. They are all dying to win his affection. Not to mention that some other side characters may or may not have interest in our only male protagonist. Which, by the way, in harem shows, why is this always a trope? Just a personal question. I've always noticed that there's never another male protagonist or another male character at all. It's just like, yes, the one dude is left with all the chicks in this whole show. In this case, it's monster girls, but whatever. You know what I mean. Thanks to Miss Shella for allowing me to use her cover of the opening song of Monster Musume. So, that'll be playing in the background right here, and at the very end, there'll be a link to her channel as well as to the video itself. If you want to go ahead, her Twitter is in the description down below. Now, if you haven't noticed, this is a very fan servicey show. I've been reading the manga and being judged very harshly. Chris is staring at me. Whatever. Well, let's put this lightly. It's very well done, and at least in this case, boobs can function like this. Get out of here, High School of the Dead. No one likes you. Your physics don't work. The backgrounds and action sequences are also well maintained. The show comes to us from Studio Lerche, who you might have also noticed animated last year's hit Assassination Classroom and murder mystery hit/miss Danganronpa. Now, the unique part about the intro and outro is that they are sung by the voice actresses themselves. This can sometimes be hit or miss in some cases, but in this case, it's a solid hit. Thanks again to Miss Shella for allowing me to use your cover of Monster Musume. So, right here is going to be the video link, so just click on that. It's going to be playing in the background, so you can click that and go straight to the video. And right here is going to be her YouTube channel. So, like I said, thank you so much. If you guys don't know, she is a great singer, vocalist, has a bunch of anime covers and such, so go ahead and check her out if you want to listen to more covers. So, thanks again. Now, let's just get to the bottom of this. Whenever there are harem shows, you know, of course, there's always the waifu wars. I mean, who's the best waifu? I mean, come on, it's not like I'm judging here or anything. But the thing is, though, is that when there's shows like this, it's like, you're kind of just pushing it on too much, and it gets me kind of annoyed, especially in this kind of show. I can handle harem shows, don't get me wrong. But in this case, it's just the hypersexualization that kind of just like is super awkward. And plus, like I said, hard to watch this show in public just because, not even in public, I'm just trying to get through it and reading it, watching it, and people are like, what are you doing? Is this that hentai stuff? I'm like, no, but it could be considered it, and that's the problem here. And here's the other situation. The whole series is not even done. Spoiler alert, but the show ends at volume 7. So you really don't get much of the story. You get to see a lot of the reactions and then the other characters that get introduced, but the manga is still ongoing. It's only at volume 12 in Japan, and volume 8 just now came out here in the US. So there was a tease for a second season, but there's no need for it right now because, again, there's not enough time for it. I would rather, you know, have Kimihiro make his decision and choose one of the girls instead of, you know, getting cock-blocked by all the other ones. With that in mind, and there's not really a second season, I would have to give the final verdict of to just stream it. Because as great as it is, don't get me wrong, it's still a good show. It's funny, the jokes land, and I mean, still best girl all the time, but it's still a stream it just because there's nothing else that you can get from the show other than I just wasted 12 episodes with this whole thing. Monster Musume is licensed by Sentai Filmworks and is currently streamable on Crunchyroll.com. Now let's go ahead and continue down this rabbit hole. And I know I've already recommended it before, but I'm going to say it again. Rosario Vampire. We kind of pretty much had the same thing here. It's, you know, a main character guy thrust into a situation with monster girls and doesn't know what to do with it, but he just goes along with it. I watched the show, I enjoy it. I'm still reading the manga. I know it's already been done, but you know, I'm getting to it. Rosario Vampire is currently streamable on Netflix and is licensed by Funimation. For a second recommendation, I would have to go back to the original and go back to the author Okayada and go with his other series, 12 Beast. Kind of the same deal here. We have a main character guy thrust into the situation with monster girls, but this time there's actually a story because the full title of Monster Musume is Monster Musume or Everyday Life with Monster Girls. So it's a kind of a slice of life harem kind of show, while 12 Beasts deals with, you know, an action adventure kind of manga style, which is actually pretty decent. But again, you have the hypersexualization of the female characters. So if you like that kind of stuff, go for it. That's it for today, and thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Here at the Dynamic Duo, Chris and I do Let's Plays, which of course that hasn't been covered on YouTube before. So if you want to go watch that, go ahead and click the links down below. Social media links are also down below for Tumblr, Facebook, and Twitter, so go ahead and follow all those if you want. So in the very end, be truly dynamic, guys. See you later.